Welcome everyone to a brand new episode of Triple Scoop. My name is Chloe and today I'm joined here with Gabby, Ian, and Dean. And today we're going to be kicking off today's episode talking about the Five Nights at Freddy's movie.
Woo!
Now, I don't know about you guys, but I am so freaking excited for this movie to come out. How are you guys feeling?
I'm absolutely stunned. I can't wait to see this movie. It's going to be so good. Okay, Dean.
I can't wait. I have been a fan of Five Nights at Freddy's since the game first dropped in, 2014?
I believe 2014.
We were in, 5th grade, 4th grade when, that game was, in its peak. And
you were in 4th grade in 2014?
Yeah. Pretty wild,
No.
Right? Yeah.
No, dude, it
Hell
must have been,
yeah.
first grade or something.
Yeah, actually, I think
I remember playing FNAF 3 in, 5th grade.
Yeah.
Well,
actually,
anyways, I think it was it's going to be such a good movie. This movie's been hyped up for so long.
I'm really excited.
All I'm saying is that it better be fantastic. If it's not, I'm going to be very disappointed.
Well, what worries me is it's a PG-13 movie.
that is
However,
true.
I think
Yeah.
it's still going to be a banger.
Well, I haven't really watched any of the trailers or anything, so I don't know. Is it going to be about, the storyline?
That's something that I'm going into this with a little bit of caution because, I too have also been a huge FNAF fan since it dropped. I should not have been playing these games in the 4th grade or, whenever I was in kindergarten and newborn. But based off the trailers, it's kind of hard to tell, how much this movie is actually going to follow, the lore. Because if you're a fan of FNAF, you know that there's a lot of lore and there is just so much. So as FNAF fans, we're going to want it to be as accurate as possible.
Yeah.
But based on my opinion from what we've seen teased to us, I can't really tell. All I know is that there is a character, William Afton, who is canonical in this, in the game, and then obviously there's the animatronics, but how much more actual FNAF storyline are we gonna get?
Yeah, because I know in the lore of the game, is William the father or is that Michael?
William is the father.
William's
Yeah.
father. Spoiler alert. All his children passed away because of the animatronics. And I feel like if it's rated PG-13, that's not necessarily something that's going to happen in the film itself, because I feel like that's a little more gory and an R-rated type.
I feel like what this movie's going to do, and I've seen it a lot with other video game movies, is take the base ideas, the basic ideas of a game and cut out the rest of the majestic stuff. That's what I think is going to, they'll take the basics of the first game and
the key
maybe
components.
Yeah, and then mash a few nice tiny details into it. The spring trap thing, that's not FNAF 1.
See, but it's I want to.
Is that the bite of 87, 83?
Yeah.
No.
No?
Frankly, the lore is just
My bad.
There's a lot. There's a lot of dates, a lot of.
There's 2 bites, I think.
Yeah, there's 2
Yeah.
bites.
87.
there's a VR now. VR.
There's a whole other, the VR,
game.
plot line. But before this, I watched the second trailer, the second official trailer was dropped, and it showed a scene that looked like the scoop scene that was in, I believe, Sister Location, because it showed a guy sitting in a chair with a machine rapidly approaching his face, and he's screaming in terror. So it's I don't like gore, but because it's FNAF and FNAF is so gory, I just really wish that that was gonna be in the movie. But like you were saying, it's probably gonna be based off of the first game, or loosely based off of that. But we'll just have to see. But I mentioned William Afton earlier, and William Afton is being played by Matthew Lillard. And can we just talk about?
He's Shaggy,
And
not
Scream.
Roderick.
And Scream.
Roderick.
And Scream.
Okay,
And
yes,
Scream.
also
He's
in
so
Scream.
funny in Scream.
He is pretty
I
funny.
love Scream.
But some of his casting in this movie, not only him, but also Matthew, no, that's not his name. Josh Hutcherson, thank you. How did they get these people for this movie? I think that's insane.
Yeah, it's kind of like Oppenheimer. I feel like it had a very interesting cast.
Don't get me started on Oppenheimer.
Oh,
dude.
I won't.
We'll talk
Trust
about-
me, I
we'll
won't.
talk-
I
We'll talk
won't.
about Oppenheimer the rest of this. That's one of my favorite movies.
My question is, I haven't watched the trailer, but I know a lot about the video game. Are they only using the original 4 animatronics, or are they branching out? Because I know there's more I don't know if Circus Baby is considered
There's
an original.
So many.
Well, they had Springtrap in it, so I don't know what exactly they're gonna do with the rest of the animatronics, but if they're doing the first game, I feel like Golden Freddy's got to be in it, right? Or
I-
some
Yeah.
at least Easter egg or reference.
Yeah,
to
there
him.
has to be a lot of things because the timeline, even though like the first game is like the first game, that's not like, it's kind of like Star Wars, how like that's not the start of
Yeah.
it. Like that's
Like, there's
somewhere in like
prequels.
the middle,
Middle,
because
yeah.
games that come afterwards are prequels and then like sequels or whatever. But in the trailer, it shows like the original Freddy, Chica, Bonnie, Foxy. And they also had the cupcake in there as like its own little like separate entity, which is like, you know, the lore. There's so much lore, guys. I really just want this game to be lore. Like I know it's not.
Can we
but I've
just
got myself hyped
remake
up.
the movie into a Matt Pat like theory
Yeah,
video for that's like
Yeah,
an hour
Or
and
you can make
50?
3 hours of content with that.
Oh, yeah,
at
absolutely.
least.
And it's so interesting. I feel like it'd be a really good book, unless it is a book.
They have the book.
They have
It
books.
is?
Yeah,
Was
they
the
have
book-
a
They have
series.
books.
Was the book made like after the video game or
Yes.
before?
Yeah.
Because
The
I'm
books
saying
are based off the
if
games.
it was done like beforehand, like I feel like that'd be really cool and like really interesting to read. But I feel like the books afterwards is kind of like
Yeah,
you know.
I get that.
you get what I'm saying.
I got you. I feel like something that I definitely want to see from the games is not well, from the games, but into the movie are Easter eggs. Like, man does not like that pumpkin. Like,
It's distracting
No,
me. I'm
that's just
sorry. Keep going. I'm
ridiculous.
sorry. Keep going. I'm
no,
sorry,
I
keep
can't
going.
even continue.
I'm
That's
sorry.
just
I'm sorry, guys. I just like I can't
Wow.
stand that pumpkin. Anyway,
So-
FNAF.
so the show must go on, I guess. So, like I said, like the Easter eggs are what made the game so cool, and that like everyone would like nitpick the little things and be like, oh, look at that poster, it moved, like.
Yeah.
And then like how they had like all like the rare, like I remember in the second game, like they had like the shadow animatronics and stuff like that, like all like the little cool like Easter eggs that were super rare. Like if they added those in the movies, I feel like fans would flip out. Like they'd be like, oh my God, I remember that. Like.
And,
that
but
would be
speaking
really
of
neat.
Easter egg, do you think Markiplier is going to be in the movie?
I hope.
The king,
I
the
hope.
king of Five Nights at Freddy's. Come on,
He's
you
gotta
can't
be.
not put him
well,
He needs an appearance. He
that
needs
that
something.
seat that seat's between him and Matt Pat.
Yeah.
in there. Yeah, but
He might have
Matt Pat-
I'm
like
a Matt Pat
he
gal.
crowned himself. Like that was like
he might have
he was
launched
the
that
king.
game like up to where it is now, but I feel like Matt Pat is more. He's more in it. He's more in the base of it, the storyline, the lore.
but has he played the games? Has he beaten like
Well, I mean-
2020 mode?
He is not.
I don't know. I think
He
he has.
hasn't.
Let me
He
call him up really quick.
I mean, he could do it
Let
with
me,
ease.
let me
He knows
actually,
the whole
let me
game.
actually
Let me call
call
Taylor
him
up.
right now. But anyway, to wrap this segment up, we are all very excited, huge FNAF fans, and you can catch all of us in the theaters when that movie drops. I will be there. I know Dean will be there. I'm sure these two will be here also.
I'll be there.
But
I'll be listening to 1989 Taylor's version.
well, that is very true. But yeah, so thank you guys so much for watching, and we will pick this back up with music right here on Triple Scoop.
What is going on, everyone? Drake strikes again with another fire album for all the dogs. Today I am here with 3 of my dogs. What do you guys think about this new album?
Yeah, I think starting off, I think it was good. It was heavily anticipated. Throughout the whole summer, Drake was on tour. He said, I might release it in the summer. You guys need some summer jams. He didn't release it in the summer, which made a lot of people angry. But then last week, like late in the week, I think it was like a Tuesday or Wednesday, it was like early in the morning, I was about to go to work, and I see he dropped a video for 8 a.m. in Charlotte, and then the album was gonna come out that Friday. So that was a great surprise. But I think it was a good album. I think Her Loss was a little bit better. But it was a long album, 24 songs, almost an hour and 20 minutes long. So very long, but I guess, what were your guys' favorite songs from the album?
For me, I didn't listen to a lot of the songs, I won't lie, but you recommended to me Daylight earlier. Fantastic song. I agree with you, Her Loss was better from the songs I listened, but I was a huge fan of Her Loss. The release, though, wasn't the release like 6 a.m. or something?
Yeah, it was instead
Like,
of like, yeah. Instead
My
of midnight,
roommates were
6
trying to listen to it like at night and stay up, and we're like, oh wait, it's 6 a.m. Like, no way. So that part sucked, but
Yeah, I really thoroughly enjoy the album. A lot of my peers were not really as thrilled as I was. I'm a huge Drake fan. I live and die for Drake. So it was a really good album. It's a little bit too long, but obviously from A to Z, it was good. I liked all the features. Every feature killed it. J. Cole, Tizo, Touchdown. And then he incorporated the diss tracks, and then SZA, Sexy Red even had a really catchy song. I really liked that song.
A lot of features.
A lot of features. I was kind of disappointed Nicki Minaj was not on it. He did promise that. He said that's, bring out the old Drake, but it wasn't Take Care, but it was good. I was very, very impressed.
I'm glad you brought up the features because personally I think his top 2 songs were the songs that had features. Love First Person Shooter. That would have to be my favorite song. Drake and J. Cole are 2 legends of the rap game. They were on our Rap Madness bracket last week, so they're some of the best ever to do it. Also loved Slime You Out with SZA. I thought that was pretty good. Never was a big SZA fan. Thought that song was pretty good. And then IDGAF with Yeet. I never liked Yeet. I just thought he was totally mid and overrated. And I think by featuring him, or by being featured on a Drake song, it really elevated Yeet as a rapper. I think that's really good for his career. And it gives him some credibility that he just didn't have before. I think he's earned a little bit of my respect from being featured on this Drake album.
I think on that song too, it wasn't even like Yeet was like a small portion. He was probably like 75% of that song. So to be as young as he is on a Drake album, being a quote unquote feature, but it was mostly him singing the song, so impressive. But I think the feature that caught me the most off guard was Adonis.
Yeah.
I was at the gym, doing some chest, a little bench press, and all of a sudden I hear Adonis saying, "Don't talk to my man like that." And I'm like, what? Like, is that Adonis? Like, am I hearing this right? That was kind of cool. Like, again, did his bars make any sense? No, but it's cool to see Drake like evolve his son, and it sounded cool. So I was a big fan of that. Yeah.
I was literally in the line at Dunkin', and it literally, I was like, oh my goodness, it's Adonis.
Yeah.
But I also, I did listen to the rest of the album at the gym, away from home. As soon as that first beat came on, I literally had to stop in my tracks, and I got off the treadmill, and I listened. I went, just took a walk around campus. I had to listen to it. I love this man to death.
Yeah.
If I knew we were talking about Drake earlier today, I would have came in my hoodie, my hat, but that's all good. No worries about it. But yeah.
So like what you said about her loss, where would you guys say this ranks for all of his albums?
Ooh, I think it is one of his best in recent memory. I just think some of his earlier albums in the early 2010s, started from the bottom. I think that was kind of his prime years, but he's still a great rapper. So
yeah.
I think it's definitely in his top 10 albums, but Drake doesn't really have a bad album, I would say.
That's true. That's a good point.
It's a fair point.
I mean, you're the
Excellent
fanatic.
point.
What do you think?
Right in the middle. So my personal favorite, is Views. If you're reading this is too late. Nothing Was the Same. Take Care. That's a hot take, but Take Care is there. You can go a little bit Her Loss. I think Her Loss is a little better for all the dogs. My least favorite is More Life, but it's only because I haven't really listened too much of it. I got to revisit it. And then What a Time to Be Alive with Future. I haven't really listened too much, but every song is great on all those. Not every song, but most songs. There's not a lot of skips there with Drake, at all.
No, I agree.
That's a good point.
I think too, Drake said after his album that he's gonna take a break. Do you believe in him or no? You think he's gonna release another album next year?
better not.
What's the take?
I mean, he's been so active, recently releasing stuff. So I don't know. I don't know if he's gonna take a big break or not.
I think he's earned his break. I
He has
remember
earned it.
back in 2003 when Jay-Z released the Black Album. On the final song, he was like, "It's the perfect time to say goodbye, but when I come back like Jordan wearing the 4-5, it might be that point in time in Drake's career. He's earned a nice break. Let's just say that."
I don't disagree.
Yeah, apparently he has some health issues, so definitely, hopefully, prayers up for him. He gets the
Yeah.
best care or whatever, because when he comes back, it better be, legendary.
You gotta think about it. He's gonna have to go on a tour for this album. Right? He just came off a tour for Her Loss over the summer. So I hope he comes back, because his music, I think there's a song for everybody. He kind of mixes, features all sorts of artists. On the album, he had Bad Bunny too. Gently, that song was pretty cool. Drake trying to rap in Spanish. I mean, did it sound amazing? No, but the beat, production was good. And adding Bad Bunny to it, that was sweet. And then even adding Sexy Red and SZA on an album, Sexy Red's up and coming kind of artist.
Yeah.
To see that and getting her audience involved with it as well, I think that was really smart, tactic from him.
Yeah, I mean, he's just been running the game for years, and no matter what he does, it just seems that so many guys hate on him, but he keeps pumping out great hits, and that's what I love about him. He's becoming like the LeBron of hip-hop. He's just one of the best in the game, but somehow these guys don't put respect on his name. Why do you guys think that is?
Me personally, he's like a Toronto Raptors super fan, and he was always so annoying on the sidelines. So, and I'm a Brooklyn Nets fan, so that was my personal, I was like, damn, this guy's annoying, but his music's good.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I know all those jokes, about Drake, that people would, share online. I don't know. He gets a lot of hate, but his music is good.
Yeah, I mean, Drake does somewhat come off as, bougie. So maybe that's why people don't like him. Honestly, I love everything he does. He can do no wrong, in my opinion.
What do you
But
think of the style?
his style, I love the style.
That's on point.
Yeah,
I think people just like to hate on someone that's been so consistent for so long.
that
Very
too.
true.
Yeah,
I think that's what it is.
that too.
I 100% agree. I think a lot of this hate is unwarranted. But that being said, that does it for our segment on Drake on HAWKTV.
Hi, everybody, and welcome back to our final segment here of Triple Scoop, the TV segment. My name's Chloe, and today I'm joined with Nolan, Luca, and Dean. And today I'm going to be whiteboarding my new reality TV obsession, Big Brother! Woo! Yay!
Woo!
So, if you're familiar with our whiteboard segments, these guys here, I'm assuming, have never heard of Big Brother. But it's going to get pretty chaotic because I'm sure they're going to have lots of questions about what Big Brother is. So to prevent the chaos of that, we have our little spirit pumpkin here. And if they want to speak, they can grab the pumpkin. So, all right.
Dang,
Seems
all
they're
right.
very eager to get started. So,
Take it away, I
Big
guess.
Go ahead.
Brother.
Go ahead,
Oh,
Big
you
Brother.
already have a question?
No.
No? All right.
Wait, I got a
So,
question.
you got a question? Yeah.
Is there a big sister?
Kind of. The host, Julie Chen Moonves, she's kind of like, I guess you could say the big sister, but Big Brother, there's actually no big guy. It's just, the name is based off of the 1984 book by George Orwell. It's like Big Brother is always watching, because the point of Big Brother is that you are in a house. See, there's a bunch of contestants in this house, and they are always being watched 24/7. There's cameras everywhere, and they're always rolling. And they are always being watched during this reality TV show, no matter what. And you can actually tune in. There's links that you can watch. They're called the live feeds, and you can always see what the contestants are doing at all times, which is kind of creepy, but that's the point of the show. Anyway, when you sign up to be on the show, let me draw more contestants, because there's way more than just 2 people in here.
Okay, so how do we win here? What's the end
How do you
goal?
win? Okay, so the objective. So all these people, are in the Big Brother house, and they are cut off from contact from society. So they're not allowed to have their phones. They don't have any TVs, anything. They're just stuck in there. And it's all kind of mind games, because the point is to be the last one standing in the house after the end of the shoot, which these people are being here for 2-3 months.
Wow.
They're in here for a long time. But the point is to be the last person standing in the house. So the way that you win is that each week someone competes for what is called HOH, or head of household. Now, say this guy right here wins head of household. See, I gave him a little crown.
It's beautiful. Beautiful.
Wow.
Thank you, thank you.
Amazing
So
artwork.
this guy right here has been nominated as the head of, or has won the title of head of household. Now they like to do these little games or whatever. Sometimes they're physically challenging, or they're trivia memory type games to determine who's gonna win. But this guy right here is the HOH. The HOH is gonna pick 2 people in the household to nominate for eviction. So let's say,
I got evicted once.
give me 2 names. Give me 2 names for these contestants right here. Luca.
Oh, wait,
All right.
sorry.
So
Wait.
Luca,
We have standards here, sir.
Yeah.
Oh.
Luca.
Luca.
Can I get?
Oh.
Nolan?
Nolan. All right. So Luca and Nolan have been nominated by Dean, the head of household, for eviction.
You get the head of
So,
house. Yes.
These
He wins.
2 are in big trouble for the week.
Oh,
So
no.
they
Imagine?
have to now kind of mingle with the rest of the people. Let me draw more people in here.
Oh, we can make
They have to kind of mingle with everyone else to try to like form alliances. It's all like social, like mind game type stuff. So they're gonna try to be like, you know, don't vote for me because, you know, head of household Dean is like has an alliance with a third guy that we don't like, and you know he's gonna try to set you up in the future. It's crazy. They try to pull all this crazy stuff. But anyway, to continue. Now, how do these two people get evicted? Can they be saved? Yes, by the power of
Christ.
veto. Do.
Hey,
This is another kind of like safety thing that you can win. What's like the thing in Survivor that they call it?
wait, no.
Community.
Immunity, yes.
Speaking of Survivor, I was gonna say this kind of just sounds like knockoff Survivor.
Oh yeah,
Like, what's
Big
the
Brother
difference
is
here?
like Survivor, but like
a
minus
house.
all of like the physical wilderness aspect of Survivor, and a lot more like just bad reality TV than Survivor.
So it's like Survivor, but like just incredibly petty.
Yes,
Okay.
exactly.
So it's like high school Survivor.
Yes,
I
high
love
school
it.
Survivor. That's a great way to put it. So, how do you win the power of veto? So, everyone will randomly like select people to compete in the power of veto, and the people who are on the block, they can like select themselves should the random chance happen that they pick their name. So, these people can compete. I believe the HOH can also compete, and then whoever else gets picked competes for the power of veto. So, let's say this person right here, me, I win the power of veto. Yippee! So now I have the power of veto. All the people on the nomination block are going to flock to me and they're going to be like, save me, please, because I don't want to get sent home. But you know, I could choose, hey, I want to use the power of veto on someone, or I could not use it. It all depends on the mind, what I'm thinking. Am I going to think, do I want to save Luca? Do I want to save Nolan? But it's also like, if you save somebody, that means you have to put someone else up for eviction. And it can't be the head of household, so you're safe from all of this. But what am I going to do? I think I'm not going to use the power of veto. So you two are still up for eviction. Sorry, but that's just the way it is.
Is it just one person that gets evicted, or is it both of us?
Yes. So now
I'm just
that the
asking.
power of veto has kind of been established, now we move on to the evictions. And what's crazy is that the evictions happen live. So like all of this stuff, you know, is kind of like pre-recorded and airs on TV. But evictions, they're on live TV. So when these people are getting evicted, you know, Julie Chen Moonves is standing up on stage there, kind of like how I am with these studio cameras now, and she's like, you know, we're gonna talk to our contestants, and they're casting their votes and everything live on screen. And they're all being like, when they go in to cast their vote, they're like saying hello to all their family and friends that are like at home because they haven't talked to them in 2 months. It's crazy. But anyway, so now it's time for the vote. Nolan and Luca are up for eviction. So everyone is gonna go into this, like, I think they call it like the diary room, I don't know. But they go into this thing, it's kind of like a confessional room, and they sit down, and Julie Chen Moonves is like, hi guys. And then they're like, hello, please cast your vote. So everyone takes turns going in and saying, I vote to evict blank. So let's say I go in there and I'm like, I vote to evict Nolan.
Oh, got him.
Brutal.
Got him.
Yeah, crazy, I know. Shocking,
Oh,
upset.
wait.
So,
So-
what happens if
Got
you're
him.
like the last man stay? Like how? What if it gets down to like 2 people? Like how do they like duke it out?
So once it reaches a certain point, oh,
Resume.
by the way, when you get evicted from the house, like if your vote tallies that way, you just kind of have to pick your stuff and you leave the house. Like you only have a few seconds to say goodbye and then you gotta go. Because again, this is live TV. So they gotta like move on to the next HOH competition. It's crazy. But after a certain number of people have been evicted, they move to like a jury house. So if you're evicted from the house, you're not like technically free from the chains of Big Brother, because now you're sent to this other like assembly group that contributes to like a vote for who to select as the winner. So it's like there's like an element of democracy, which is like insane because this is all pretty
Very much
1984 of them, but yeah. Final questions, because I gotta wrap this up.
What do you get if you win?
I believe the current season prize is $750,000.
That's a
Yep.
good amount of bread.
Good amount of money for being locked up in a house for no communication to the outside world.
2 months, you said it was?
2-3 months. They're on like day 60 right now in the current season.
Jeez.
But so if you would like to see these three on a season of Big Brother, you know, make sure you reach out to them and say, hey, you should really join Big Brother. But yeah, so thank you for listening to my really bad explanation of Big Brother. It's my new reality TV obsession, and I will be watching the new episode when I get home with my sweet mates. But thank you guys so much for watching Triple Scoop, and we will see you again on the next one.